All right, we finally made it to this final or one of the final lessons of lead generation, which is paid ads. And for the purpose of this exercise, we're going to focus on meta. Now, this video will be slightly technical, but I won't go deeper into or do all the stuff in front of you. Instead, I'll show you how to do it. So we just go over the systems. We will cover how to set up ad accounts and business managers, but do it like pretty quickly, as well as running paid ads, some advanced ad strategies like lookalike audiences, geotagging. So you can specifically focus on targets and stuff like that, but also without complicating things too much. Um, and then obviously overall paid out structures and styles. And one of the more important integrations that you need to know, which is installing your pixel into your landing pages, right? So now we have our creative, we have our landing page built. Now finally we need to run ads towards it, right? This is how we do that. Let's start by sharing my screen. Ideally, when you're running ads, you want to run ads through Ads Manager. Don't be one of those weirdos who boosts posts. That's like throwing money in thin air because you don't have the control over your campaign or variations, and you can't. It's it's not efficient. It's made easy, but that doesn't mean it works, right? And you can't scale it as comfortably. Now, while this is the way it is, maybe in the future the interface changes, or maybe in the future Meta moves all of this in-house. That hasn't happened yet. So this is just like the back end. I wonder if I should change the ad account, or I'll just show you guys generally, but this is an ad manager. So the prerequisite for this process is having a business account and having an ad manager. I will briefly cover that. To create a business account, just go to business.facebook.com. If you just type that in, it should take you to your Meta Business Suite. You can also open that through your Facebook. Now, within this, um, if you see here, it says business portfolio, right? You'll likely see only one. If you don't have one, you will just see your account and pages links to it, which is why you're having trouble creating ad accounts and stuff. And to create an ad account, you need a business portfolio to be able to link it to, right? So you can just click on this button here which says create a business portfolio. Follow the steps, it's pretty straightforward, and you should have one. Once you're done with that, then you go to business settings. So you click on settings at the end of the menu in Meta Business Suite, and that opens the settings. And I'm going to ignore this and I'm going to come back to my account. I mean, it's the same thing. That was just someone else's, not someone else's, like somebody I work with. So, now, this is what you're going to see. The first section is going to be the People's tab. This is where you will be shown as the admin. I recommend adding someone else here as an admin in case your account gets hacked or something happens to your account. You want to have a backup person who can then re-add your another new account or something like that. So you just paste their email address, you select the assets to give them access to, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you just click on next and then you invite. I'll just show you as an example. Where is your 18@gmail.com. You entered their Facebook email, you press next. Assign assets, I will give them full control next. And I'll select the page that I want to give them access to the ad account. Sorry, you need to then scroll down to the permission, give them full control. Go to ad accounts, select the ad account, full control, pixels, Instagram accounts. Um, so this is the pixel that I have. I will give them full control, blah, blah, blah. I click on next and I send invitation. Simple as that, right? Um, okay. I'm gonna pause this and verify. They would ask randomly for verification every I verified my email. Once we've done with that, you can go to ad accounts. And this is where we will, if you don't have an ad account, this is the place you can use to create one. Now I can click on add, and over here I can search create a new ad account. You set the name, let's just search UTS. Select your time zone, mine is already set. Select your currency, super important, AUD. Australian dollars, I'm not gonna actually create it, just follow, go next, and it should then create one for you. And then you can manage access and all that stuff. Don't forget to connect your Instagram account. You'll likely have to log in. Um, I really need to remove these randoms for some reason that I still have access to from ages ago that gave me direct access. So anyways, for Instagram account, just click on add. I agree. Claim. Oh, yeah. And then over here, you can just log in, and that should integrate that to the business portfolio. All right, so now that's done. Let's go back to the ads manager. Once your ad account is new, I recommend going to account overview. Over here, they will give you a list of tasks you need to complete. Mine is done, but normally over here, they might ask you to add a phone number, verify the page, and confirm your address or something, or add set up two-factor authentication, and enter your billing and payment details so that you can start actually running campaigns and paying to Meta because to run ads, you need to do that. Um, and once that is set, now we can start running the ads. So what we do over here is you can go to create, right? And over here, it will give you like a bunch of options. Normally, for most of the ads that we are running through the funnels we had built, you will likely be running lead ads. Rarely it will be sales. If you want to promote your videos or content, you can run awareness-based ads, right? And just select like views or that's the whole point, awareness, but to specify the audience you're after. We're going to select leads for the time being. That's going to be the one that you will most likely use. We click on continue. Campaign objective doesn't matter. You can select, like, you can give it whatever name. Test campaign. And as we scroll down, I recommend having a daily budget. You don't want to have the advantage budget on. It would automatically spend the money on the ads that are performing the best, so you don't have to manually change everyone. Don't set ad set budget. Try to set advantage budgets for at the campaign level, which is like just this section, just turn advantage on, or don't select ad set, just campaign budget is fine, and then select daily budget to whatever. 25, all of this is fine as it is. Now we go to the ad set, right? And you can duplicate multiple ad sets and generally target different audience groups in the ad set. So in fitness, you can target men, you can target women, you can target whatever. You do that all at the ad set level. And then you have multiple ads within that ad set. An ad set is like a cluster of ads that is being targeted to a specific audience. That's what the name implies. So we're gonna select conversion as website only. That's what our funnel link is for. Or you can test out instant forms. You don't need a funnel for it, but instant forms do really well in terms of like giveaway campaigns or simple ones that you just want to get live right away and you're happy to call the leads. So maximize number of conversions. We select our data set. This would be the pixel. I'll show you guys later how to create these and how to also install these into your funnels. The conversion event is going to be lead. That's the one we are going to select. Instead of challenge, let's just keep summit because it already has, we've installed the lead one to it. Yep, lead is working. And budget scheduling, don't need to worry about that. Audience advantage is normally fine. You can either leave this as it is and Meta would do its own targeting, or you would show more controls. And over here, you can show suggestions. And within suggestions, you can do detailed targeting and just enter fitness as an interest group, physical fitness, right? And whatever things that are related to fitness that they might be interested in. Once you've selected an interest, it would give you similarities. So after I selected fitness, it's already giving me health and wellness, and um, like by default, you start seeing similar ones below. So I can select CrossFit and stuff like that. So that should be easier for you. Obviously, I assume you also want to set the location and everything else. So location, um, click on it, edit. Instead of Australia, we're gonna close this, and I'm just gonna set here Gold Coast. And Gold Coast becomes your default. You can change your 40-mile radius to whatever you want it to be, or you can even drop a specific pin on your specific address. Again, doesn't really matter. This is done. This is about it. You don't need anything else. If you want to change your age, you can do from here. If you want a specific gender, like women who only want to run ads to women, you can do that from here. Just set the gender for the outset. And that takes care of it. Don't worry about placements or anything else. And now we finally go to our ad. So ideally, you already have your creatives, your videos, everything else over here. All we need to do is don't need to worry about threads profile. Select your page and account. I would just select mine, which is personal, and this is going to be Starlit Business Scaling. And we don't have an Instagram. I can link to it so that can just use Facebook it with our page, which works fine as well. Manual upload is what we are going to do. Single image or video. Don't need a carousel or a collection. I'm going to turn these off. Right, and in the website URL, you are going to paste, so was this project started? You're going to paste the URL link of the funnel. So for example, this funnel, right? Um, I'm just going to reload the page. So wherever you have your funnels or websites, or if there's a specific page you want to send people to, what you're going to do is enjoy the internet speed. Anyways, I'm just going to either open the page up or I can click on edit. Works both ways. Let's just open it for the time being. And at the top, no, sorry, this is the preview link. Let's just click on edit in Dot.Cures. I think in the past, either I'm doing something wrong or there should be a website URL already in the top section, but we'll just take it from here. At the top, I have, because this is the clone, just a second. I think I picked a funnel which I haven't set a domain for. Yeah. So with that funnel, there was a share funnel in which um, hadn't set its domain or anything like that yet. Hopefully that's not the issue with this one. So yeah, so this one already shows the URL of the funnel at the top, and we can just take that over here. That was my bad. You shouldn't have that issue in your funnel. If you do, go to settings and then just select the domain, which will likely be Project Starlet. We already have one, and then you can just set things based on that. Don't need to worry about it. So you just take the URL at the top. That's the website that people are going to be sent to. We paste it over here, and don't worry about display link right now. Browser like action add-ons, none. Don't select WhatsApp or call. It will just like make your ads messy. Add creatives, go to setup creative, select image. Um, in this case, if we have images that we plan on using, and then over here you can just upload them. So I'm going to just go on next. Go to media. You might already have media that you uploaded in the past. Um, let's suppose I take this one. Next. You don't need to crop it. I will just select original so it doesn't make it weird. Next, text. This is where you would add your ad copies that we made earlier. So the long form ad copies would be added over here. Headline would be added over here. You don't need to worry about description. Call to action could be sign up or something like that, or learn more, or get offer. Doesn't really matter. Let's just select sign up for the time being. All right. We go on next. We don't need image generation because Meta is trying to do weird stuff and we are not going to do that. Like, it doesn't even look similar, but at least they're trying. And then you just continue and enhancements. If you want to turn the music off because sometimes they just pick weird musics, um, turn off. Entirely up to you guys, whatever your preferences are. And then you just save it and your image. If you were uploading a video, it would do the same thing here. And then we're just gonna scroll down past the ad creative. Um, they're still asking me for primary text because I didn't add it before. Did I have an ad copy for the text? Yeah, Paste 2.0 framework. Let's just use it from here. So I think this is probably one of the previous videos, right? Attention, whoever you are. Copy. Was it here? Was it here? Was it here? Yeah, here it was. So we've added our primary text, add spaces. Like I pasted it, looks ugly, but I'm not gonna fix it right now because I don't want to waste more time. Headline could be get your free ticket. But remember, as I said earlier, the first thing someone is gonna see is gonna be this thing, next top speaker masterclass, get your free ticket. As opposed to reading this get your free ticket over here, they would read the first two sentences and that's it. And obviously we have this really long copy over here, but um, the more important aspects are going to be the first sentence and the call to action at the base. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, you don't need anything else. And then you just and then I would just create duplicate versions of that ad and just change the image and change the copy. And I would just make, and once I have like, normally here's what I would do, 10 ads, duplicate ad set into three different targeting. So one for specific audience, one for specific different interest, one for different interest. And then I would just test that. And here's an example of that exactly being done. So if you just, when you're looking at um, the main things that you want to look after is results and cost per result. And because this is like an older ad account, let's go to whatever last year. Don't care really. January to whatever, December update. Let's see whatever we did here. So let's take this Transform Your Life with Arts Masterclass and Webinar Split Test or whatever. Cost per lead looks pretty good. This is the first thing you need to look. What was the cost per lead? Second thing you need to look is how many leads you had in total. So when you've gotten your ads live, these are pretty much the two metrics you need to go for. Now, when we are looking at different ads that we run, I normally split test targeted and advantage broad that I mentioned earlier. Now, the fun thing is if you just take these ad sets that did perform one, two, three, four. On that note, I already knew these were gonna work, so keep that in mind. That's why the cost per lead is cheap. If you look at the top, most of the results, and you can organize it by results here, 67, 57, 32, and 21. The top three are the exact same ad. It's like the same creative. And then we had these professional images and videos and things like that below, but they didn't perform as well, and we switched the ones off that didn't do well. But this is what would happen. You'd test out a bunch of ads, and some would perform exceptionally well, some would not. And that's perfectly fine, and that's perfectly normal, right? Now, some other quick tips that I wanted to. Hmm. I was gonna cover two of them, but I'll just cover one because the second one is slightly complex. Is something you can play around when it comes to locations. So how to geotag in locations? In the ad set, in the location tab, like you can pin it to some place, right? So this was a process, like I think I got this from like a guy who used to sell expensive cars and he would just target dealerships that were selling them. So he was like, how do you get buyers who are spending in luxury, or do you want to target corporates, or do you want to be even more specific with your targeting, right? Um, because interest-based targeting isn't working as well. So what he would do is, first of all, let's change this. Edit, close, close, close. Okay. I'm gonna change this location. Sorry, search location. I will search here. Let's say I want to target Gold Coast Convention Center. You could use this to target anything you want. Now, the issue with Meta is the least amount it allows you is 1 kilometer radius, right? So let's say the location we wanted to target is right here. But because dude, why is it so cranky? But you can take me back to my pin location. You can drop pins. So let's say I drop a pin over here and I make this pin as well, 1 kilometer. And you'd click over here and you would make this exclude location, right? Now you probably know where I'm going with this. I would drop a pin and I would drop one over here. And I'll change this back from 16 to 1. And then again, I would do the same thing here, but I would um, exclude location. And normally you would do it around the entire location. So what would be left is all the areas that you don't want to run ads to would be excluded by these exclusion zones. So you're left with that 200 meter or 100 like square meter diameter or a place that you really want to focus on. And this then allows you to then target celebrities. I use this to run ads to like harp acquisition.com's headquarters. But anyways, um, this is like one strategy that you can definitely play around, which is a bit advanced, but if you do it right, you can target people who fit certain demographics or stereotypes. You can target the yacht clubs. You can target people who go to luxury shopping centers and manually target all the Prada outlets, or the you can target the ones who go to exclusive health clubs. So many of you who sometimes are struggling with attracting high quality clients, besides the traditional process of just adding friction or using lookalikes, which is another way, where you can scrape a list of high net worth people and then upload that list in Meta and create a lookalike audience based off it. This is another easy tactic that you could use, right? And hopefully, with that, that briefly covers paid ads. Obviously, it's gonna be a bit trial and error, but again, normally what I would do is I would make um, create an ad and then create multiple ad sets, and you're gonna follow the same process I mentioned earlier. And that should be it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Right, let's cover something that quite often it is a bit technical, but also extremely important because this is how all your tracking, all your data, all your conversions come in. Without this, you might as well not be running ads because again, Meta doesn't know what's working, you don't know your numbers, you don't know what's working. It is pretty straightforward, seems a bit complicated, but hopefully it won't be by the time we are done with this training video. So this is installing your dataset or pixel code into your funnel so that you can track the conversions in the funnel and in the ads you're running, right? And they will likely ask you to create a pixel anyways when you run lead ads. So I'm going to share my screen. In whatever ad account you have, go to this thing here called the events manager, right? Now we already have data sets, so I'm not sure how fun this would look. Anyways, at the top over here it would say connect data. I'm going to click over here. And yeah, you can only create one data set per account. So here's what you can do next in this part. Select web and then select after you've selected web, select metapixel only. They might try to by default give you recommended settings. Instead of recommended settings, select install code manually. This order might be first or later depending on how, but select metapixel only. Don't select conversion API. They try to get you to get use a conversion API twice. First in the first section somewhere, and then later on there's like a tick mark below. Skip it, install code, metapixel only, go ahead with that. And then once you've done that, the page should look something like this. I'll just pick the summit one for the time being just to get that point across. Um, we're add events, finish setting up with web events. Okay, see instructions. Yeah, this is what it would look like. So once you've created your data set and they would ask you for the name and everything else, this is what it's going to show then, install Metapixel. And this is from here where you will select copy code. And this is the code we're going to install and go high level, right? You click on continue and then you turn on advanced matching and you just click on done. Sometimes it does act weird where should take me back to homepage. Let's go back to data sources and Summit is still here and Summit is still going to show the issue. I have a feeling, yeah, this is Meta being weird. You don't need to worry about any of this stuff. This can go back up. Like, the thing is, this is the pixel we're using to run ads right now. Oh, it's already set up. Ah, I see. Anyways, so you can click on ad events. which doesn't work. Normally, you could just do it from here. Can we do it through manage integrations? That's already active. Yeah, then normally just select up set a metapixel from here and see instructions and just copy code from this section. Here's where we need the code from. Right, sometimes there are like different ways you can get to this page, but all we need to do is get here, copy the code. Then what you do is you go to your funnel in your ClickFunnels, sorry, in your Go High Level or ClickFunnels, whatever it is. And we're gonna go and click on Edit. Now on the opt-in page, we paste this in the header of the funnel, which I will show you briefly right now. So do you see over here where it says tracking code? We will open this and we are gonna paste the pixel over here and we are going to save. Now we are going to go to pages and we are going to go to the next page. Uh, okay. Normally you'd want to save it as well. I just moved on without saving it. Now people would enter their, so this was a paid funnel. Over here, I might add to cart as the event, but normally if the first page has an opt-in form on it, name, number, and email address, and the second page is thank you, which is what most of your funnels will be like. Or you can change these ones into looking like those. Then all you do is you go to the tracking code, you paste the same code on the second page, and over here, instead of page view, we just change this to whatever conversion event we wanted to track. And in our case, we're tracking leads, so we're going to save this as leads, and we're going to save it and then save it from the top uh, and publish it. So whenever somebody makes to this page, they have already been considered as a lead, and you'll be able to see what the cost per lead was, what ad drove that traffic to it, and they'll be in your audiences section everywhere else. And that is a very broken but yet simple process of installing your pixels. If you have any questions, reach out. There should be more in-depth tutorials and more longer ones in the tech vault. But besides that, just do this. You'll be good to go. No, it's not complex. It's fairly simple. Play around with it a bit. Generally, I say just pause, follow the process step by step. You can go back to the video, watch it again, and it should be fine.